Hi there, Graham from Penguin Motors here. In this video we're going to test two slightly unknown engines. We're going to test a scrapyard Ford Pinto and we're going to test a tuned Ford Crossflow. So, shall we see what they do? You ready boys? Let's make some noise. Go. I've got a couple of runs under its belt. That Pinto, by the way, is completely standard. It's a scrapyard unit that's been kicking around for ages. The best thing I can say about it is it's got a mint looking camshaft. It does feature an injection head, but that aside is completely standard. I chucked in a distributed illumination kit, brand new 3236 Weber, and a Cortina, not even a Capri or an RS2000 Schuler manifold, a cast iron Cortina 4-into-1 manifold. So it's, yeah, you'd expect about 100 horsepower. And it did all right. So I'm going to run it up again, but this time I'm going to show you some numbers. So, did you catch that? It might have been chucking a few fumes out the breather because there was no bathtub PCV valve or catch tank fitted. But our Cortina chucked out 104 horsepower, which is pretty good going, seeing as the Cortina was only overrated at, depending on year, somewhere between 90 odd and 100. Okay, no airbox on it, so no air filters, so there was probably a couple of horsepower there, and no cooling fan. But say the late Mark 5s, I think they rated at 99 horsepower with a viscous fan. So yeah, it's about on the money. So next up, the Crossflow. Can't tell you much about it. It's out of a Mark 1 Mexico. It was built long while ago. It was refreshed by Vulcan again quite some time ago. We don't really know anything about it. The owner said it went all right. I've actually got it here to donate a few parts for the owner's new engine, the 1900 build that we've got going on. But I wanted to check the fitment for the dyno, so we bolted it on, and I thought I'll give it some beans and see what this here Crossflow makes. The owner said that yeah, it burns a bit of oil, so it's not in the best of health, but it goes all right, is what he said. So let's see what the numbers say. Are you ready, boys? We'll make some more noise. So what did it make? Well, initially a pretty disappointing 90 brake horsepower. Bear in mind the engine was actually as delivered from the car, complete with distributor, etc. The only difference being that it was on my side draft Webers, not the client's own ones. So after a bit of jet swapping, I got the mixture right, and we just about scraped 100 horsepower. I then swung the time in to no avail. It was where it wanted to be. Yeah, it was. We were really. I was struggling a bit here. I thought really should be more than 100 horsepower in there, but there wasn't a lot more. The only thing I left to do after the jetting and timing was I lifted the valve, cover and check the tappets. The tappets are all in fact large, which might or might not be a good thing, because if they're tight, a little bit of valve recession, but the fact that they're all big suggests it's probably got a bit of cam wear and stuff going on in it. Anyway, I reset the tappets and we found a bit more. So let's give you another run. This time I'll stick the numbers up and you can see what we finally finished up. So there we have it. Two very different engines and two very similar power outputs. Although, to be honest, it shows up that unless you've got a freshly built engine by a known quantity, you don't really know what you're getting. The Pinto matched every possible expectation from what looked like a tired old scrapyard engine, and to be honest, the crossflow didn't really do it. It's clearly not that healthy because it gets to about 5,000 RPM. And let's face it, 105 horsepower at 5,000 RPM isn't bad. It just never gets any more. So clearly it's in need of some refurbishment. Maybe we'll be able to bring you that video, maybe won't. But in the flip side, if you like what you see, we've got some interesting stuff on the pipeline. We've still got 1900 crossflow builds. We've got several more Pinto builds, a few V8 Rovers, some carb testing. So you know what to do, guys. Like, share, subscribe, ring the bell. I'll catch you on the flip side. Cheers.